As far as Spider-Man games go, this game was my first web-slinging experience as a kid. When I saw the game inside a neatly wrapped birthday bag my uncle had given me for my 6th birthday, he instantly became my favorite uncle of all time. It was the first Spider-Man thing that I had ever owned at that point in my life. When I popped it into my console, my Genesis began to glow. And from the Cityscapes to the little men who hobbled around like Danny DeVito in their little green cap, I went absolutely batshit crazy for it all. This is Spider-Man vs. the Kingpin for the Sega Genesis. Now, just like any other superhero game, this game has a premise that you've probably heard before. Villain plots to destroy city, villain kidnaps the hero's lady friend, hero in the end saves the day. But regardless, it's the kind of game that every superhero fan loves. Why? Because superheroes have the ability to do the impossible, which is what keeps bringing us back for more. Superheroes can't perform the abilities we humans have. Take me, for example. I have the ability to go over my minutes on my phone and sleep till noon. And in case you're wondering, I use it for evil. But hey, it's freaking Spider-Man. He needs no introduction. Everyone simply loves the guy. His box office numbers can't go wrong. How cool is he? Well, I'll tell you. Spider-Man is so cool that he was even able to make Tobey Maguire seem somewhat interesting. Developed by Technopop and published by Sega, Spider-Man vs. the Kingpin features a protective shield which comes in handy when you're facing relentless villains and those creatures that seem to come out of nowhere. Whether it's rats or alligators in the sewer or electric bats at the power plant, this is a tool that will become your best friend in the hardest situations, but be careful. This will significantly bring down your web meter with every shield that you cast. Just be sure to take the right pictures with your camera to gain webbing money that fills your meter after each level. I felt this game also featured some of the nicest cityscapes and layout. You can walk, crawl, and climb almost anything. And the only thing I found funny was if you're way above the city line, you could still swing from building to building, without a building even being there. I know we're only talking a Sega Genesis game here, but still. Anyway, Spider-Man vs. the Kingpin will send you back in time and give you a taste of just how far Spider-Man games have come. These days, you have Spider-Man Web of Shadows, Edge of Time, or even Shattered Dimensions. I'd like to give you a taste of my thoughts on the Spider-Man games of today. It's one thing to try something different to gain interest in an old idea. It's something totally different when you change it to the point that a concept loses its original respect. There, that was my nice way of saying that I think any other version of Spider-Man, 2099, excuse me, royally sucks. I mean, one of the most popular heroes of all time doesn't need a costume change on a game-by-game basis. But regardless of its time, the simplicity of this game is what I think makes it so perfect and enjoyable. For its time, it's one of the better Spider-Man games out there. The hit detection for when you threw a punch or kick I thought needed some TLC or a hug or a cigarette or something, but other than that, I found this game growing up to be an absolute blast. It allowed you to fight all the more popular villains in the Spider-Man genre, and it gave you that motivation to keep trying again and again even though you just got your ass beat. And for me, if a game has the ability to pull that off, then the game has my vote. My biggest bitch about this game is that in the last level, the Kingpin is too hard. Seriously! I mean, he's only one man. I don't care if he is as huge as Michael Clark Duncan in Daredevil. The only way I've ever beaten this game is with cheat codes, and it should never come down to that. I mean, if you have cheat codes, it makes your life a little easier, but even then it's hard. If you play without codes, then you might as well find yourself a new red-headed beauty while you're at it, because Mary Jane is going to be taking a little bath, and bathe she will, in your stew of failure, Spidey. If you don't own this game, it's one that at the very least should be in your collection at home. It's classic Spider-Man at his best, and as far as Spidey games go, you won't find a more classier Spider-Man than this.